Welcome to my channel Easy English. Today we will start another prose from class 9 CBSE syllabus. Iswaran, the storyteller, is written by R.k.Laxman. The story. So who is this R.k.Laxman? This story is written by R.k.Laxman. This R.k.Laxman full name is Rashipuram Krishnaswamy Laxman, was an Indian cartoonist. He was a cartoonist, illustrator and humorist. হাস্য কৌতুক রচনা করতেন, কার্টুনিস্ট, কার্টুন লিখতেন, and he is best known for his creation The Common Man and for his daily cartoon strip. He is best known for his creation The Common Man. So you have to he is best known for his creation The Common Man. You have to remind it. This Common Man is his best creation, and for his daily cartoon strip. You said it in the Times of India. You said it in the Times of India. This is the cartoon strip which he wrote daily, which started in 1951. And he was born on 24th October 1921 and died 26th January in 2015. So today we will start this story, Iswaran the storyteller. The story is about a junior supervisor named Mahendra and his cook Iswaran. This story is about whom? A junior supervisor named Mahendra and his cook Iswaran. Mahendra had to move from one place to another as it was the nature of his job. What is the kind of his job? His job is the purpose of his job, purpose of whose job? Purpose of Mahendra's job is to move from one place to another because it is a transferable job. And there was a junior supervisor named Mahendra and his cook named Iswaran. And this story is about these two men, Mahendra and this Iswaran. You know, this story, see, the name of the story is Iswaran the storyteller. So from the name, from the title of the story, we can imagine that this story is about Iswaran the storyteller, and obviously about Mahendra, whose cook he is. Okay, let's go. One night Mahendra woke up from his sleep and saw a dark cloudy form. He broke out into a cold sweat. What? Was it a ghost? একদিন রাতে Mahendra woke up from his sleep and saw, রাত্রে ঘুম ভেঙে এসে দেখে, he saw a dark cloudy form, একটা অন্ধকার মেঘের মতন, a dark cloudy, a shape which was very dark and cloudy. Its form was cloudy, a dark cloudy form, and he broke out suddenly. He broke out into a cold sweat, and it seemed to him, was it a ghost or not? Eta ki bhoot? The story was narrated to Ganesh by a young man, Mahendra by name. This a story which was narrated to Ganesh, a person, and by Mahendra, a young man. So this Mahendra was a junior supervisor in a firm which offered on hire supervisors at various types of construction sites. He had to visit various types of construction sites, you know, factories, bridges, dams, and so on. His work is to supervise various types of construction sites, whether it's a factory or bridge or dam and so on. Mahendra's job was to keep an eye on the activities at the work site. Mahendra's job was to keep an eye on the activities of the workers at the work site. He had to keep moving from place to place every now and then, as ordered by his head office. He had to keep moving from place to place every now and then, as ordered by his head office, from a coal mining area to a rail bridge construction site, from the area of coal mining to the railway bridge and construction site, from there after a new month to a chemical plant which was coming up somewhere. So his work is to move from, his work was to supervise the workers at various types of construction sites, whether it's a coal mining area or to railway bridge construction site or a chemical plant, etc. So now we would know how he was, what he was. He was a bachelor. His needs were very simple and he was able to adjust himself to all kinds of odd conditions. Okay, whether it was an ill-equipped circuit house or a makeshift canvas tent in the middle of a stone quarry. See, he was a bachelor. He was not married. His needs were very, very simple and he was able to adjust himself to all kinds of oddities. Okay, all kinds of oddities means whether whatever conditions it was, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He was able to adjust himself to all kinds of odd conditions in life. Whether it was an ill-equipped circuit house. Do you know what is circuit house? Circuit house is a guest house exclusively for government employees. Circuit house is a guest house exclusively for government employees. সেই সার্কিট হাউসে so whether it was an ill-equipped circuit house. Circuit house, it's a guest house for government employees, but if it is ill-equipped, it doesn't matter for him. It's a matter, it doesn't matter for him. Or a makeshift canvas tent, whether it's a makeshift canvas tent in the middle of a stone quarry, still it had no effect on him because he was able to adjust himself to whatever odd conditions of life, to all the kinds of odd conditions. Okay, so what is this stone curry? Stone means we know what is it. Curry means what? Curry means a place, typically a large deep pit from which stone or materials have been extracted. A hole or a place, a large deep pit. Pit means a hole from which a stone or other materials which are extracted. So it was an ill-equipped circuit house or a makeshift canvas tent in the middle of a stone quarry from where stones or other materials were extracted. It's a large pit, deep large pit, or it's a place or a deep large pit in the ground. So, but one asset he had was his cook. He had one asset in his life and it was his cook, Iswaran. The cook was quite attached to Mahendra and followed him uncomplainingly wherever he was posted. Wherever Mahendra was posted, but his cook Iswaran was always with him, and this cook was attached to Mahendra very much. That's why he was Iswaran followed him uncomplainingly wherever he was posted. He cooked for Mahendra, washed his clothes, chatted away with his master at night. He could weave out endless stories and anecdotes on varied subjects. Various subjects he could weave out in endless stories. He used to tell he had stock of endless stories and anecdotes on varied subjects. What is anecdote? A short, amusing or interesting story about a real incident or a person. A short, amusing story or an interesting story about a real incident, not imaginary incident, about a real incident or person. That's called anecdote. So he could wave out endless story. He had a stock of endless stories and anecdotes. Stories, interesting story about real incident or person, anecdotes on varied subjects. And the subject matter is not limited here. Subject matter is there were various kinds of subjects, and he had the capacity to tell endless stories and anecdotes on varied subjects. That's all for today. Follow my next class and we will discuss the later portion of the story, Iswaran the storyteller. And if you like my channel, if you like my teaching, so please like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.